Section 1. The Universal Glue, Understanding Gravity's Fundamental Role. Gravity is the silent, invisible force that governs the cosmos. It is the fundamental interaction that pulls objects together. Mass. Energy. Think of it as the universe's great organizer, the reason an apple falls from a tree instead of floating away. Not just local, it stretches across vast empty space, dictating the grand dance of celestial bodies. This persistent pull gives objects weight and anchors everything to Earth's surface, creating the concept of down. It's a property of matter itself, a consequence of mass-bending spacetime. This force was not always understood. For millennia, humans saw the effects without knowing the cause. Isaac Newton first formulated a universal law showing the same force that drops the apple also keeps the moon in orbit. Later, Albert Einstein revolutionized our view, describing gravity as curvature of spacetime. Section 2. The Architect of Worlds: How Gravity Shaped Earth and Life. Our planet, Earth, is a direct product of gravity's patient and persistent work over billions of years. Long ago, in the swirling disk of gas and dust surrounding our young sun, gravity began its assembly process. It pulled tiny particles of dust together, which then clumped into larger pebbles, and those pebbles into rocks. Through countless collisions and accumulations, these rocks grew into planetesimals, the building blocks of planets. Gravity's pull intensified as these bodies grew larger, attracting more and more material until a sphere of molten rock was formed. This sphere became our home, a world sculpted and held together by the very force that created it. The internal structure of our planet was also defined by gravity. During its hot, early phase, Earth was a churning ball of liquid material. Gravity sorted these materials by density in a process called planetary differentiation. Heavier elements like iron and nickel sank toward the center under gravity's immense pressure, forming the dense, solid inner core and the liquid outer core. Lighter silicate materials rose to the top, eventually cooling to form the mantle and the crust we live on. This gravitational sorting is what generates Earth's magnetic field, which protects us from harmful solar radiation, making complex life possible. Section 3. The Instant of Unraveling. Immediate chaos and cosmic drift. If gravity were to vanish in a single second, the immediate consequences on Earth would be catastrophic and profoundly disorienting. The first thing we would notice is the loss of weight. Everything not anchored down, people, animals, vehicles, loose objects, would instantly become adrift. The gentle push-off from walking would send a person tumbling into the air with no force to bring them back down. Inside buildings, furniture would float aimlessly, and pouring a glass of water would become impossible as the liquid broke apart into a cloud of floating spheres. The world would become a chaotic, three-dimensional mess of drifting objects and disoriented life forms. The planet itself would begin to disintegrate. The immense pressure holding Earth's core together would be released. While the planet's solid crust might hold its shape for a short time due to molecular bonds, the liquid outer core and the semi-solid mantle would no longer be constrained. The tremendous energy and pressure contained within would cause the planet to rapidly expand and break apart from the inside out. Mountains would lose their support. The planet would explode in very slow motion into a cloud of rock and magma. Simultaneously, our life-sustaining environment would vanish. The atmosphere, no longer gravitationally bound, would expand and dissipate. Sound would cease and the sky would turn black. Water would lift away, boil in vacuum into vapor and ice, drifting into space. In the face of such a fundamental cosmic shift, humanity's technological prowess would be rendered almost useless. Our immediate survival would depend on finding a way to secure ourselves. Perhaps the only survivors would be those already in space stations, which are designed for a zero-gravity environment. On Earth, people would have to grab anything bolted to the crust, an unstable platform. We could hypothetically build sealed habitats or underground bunkers to preserve air, but at impossible scale amidst chaos. Creating artificial gravity would become the single most important scientific quest. We know how to simulate gravity using centrifugal force. Spinning a habitat mimics being pulled down. But building self-sustaining cylinders large enough for populations is an engineering challenge beyond our reach. We would need closed ecosystems, managing air, water, waste, and food at planetary scale. We do not possess any means of creating a gravitational field. It is intrinsic to mass. Without it, order, complexity, and life collapse. Gravity is the unifying principle that holds reality together. It is the ultimate expression of cosmic order.